Well, we had a number of horses that could be moving around, might be moving around, but I only want to really talk about the ones that have, or will most definitely be moving around. Last week we moved Spitfire overseas to Mark and Melissa Beckwith. We're going to race that horse tomorrow, I believe, in Plain Ridge. Also, we had Haunted House head that way, as we did Oakwood Cowboy IR. Now, those horses are slated to race at Saratoga Raceway, and Spitfire is slated to race at Plain Ridge. Now, Spitfire, this will be his only start at Plain Ridge, then he'll be heading right back. We'll probably send him and Carter Michael Dio this week. I suspect we'll train Carter on Wednesday and then send him towards the Poconos. Spitfire overseas will race in Plain Ridge and then head towards the Poconos. By the Poconos, I apologize, I mean Megan Scran will take care of those horses. Now when they head back to the Meadows, Tim Twaddle will be getting Spitfire overseas and Carter Michael Dio as they bounce back and forth. I just had this conversation with Tim about More Than You Know. He races next Sunday at the Poconos, so sending him to Megan to race at the Poconos and then Philadelphia makes all the sense. After Philadelphia, he and they can make their way back to Tim. So we're going to try and do the best we can with moving the horse around. Now Megan is very particular about Crantini. I think he's a specific case where they really have to... there has to be some specialized work done on him where keep him quiet. You know, he needs to be around familiar surroundings. So I think the moving around so much from stable to him makes little sense. Whereas Carter, my God, that sun is hot. Whereas Carter and Spitfire make all the sense in the world. So Carter, Spitfire, More Than You Know, and depending on what we're going to do with the 2-year-old New York breds, again, still a fluid situation. I just don't think there's anything perfect. Right? You have to ship all the way to the Poconos and all the way to Philadelphia. So if they're going to go Meadows, Poconos, Philadelphia, which they generally do, or vice versa, it would make the most sense to go Tim, then send to Megan, and then when they come back to the Meadows, send back to Tim. It seems like the fairest and best way to go about things, easier on the horses than that long ship, maybe the day before, or the day of in some cases, that long ship down and then race and then go back. It's just a lot for not really what we're trying to achieve. So I could be wrong, but as it stands right now, I believe those types of horses will bounce around from Megan to Tim. And there is a saturation point. Megan can't take all of the Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York horses. It's impossible. So we have to figure out exactly what our alternatives are on the East Coast aside from Megan. And we'll go down that route, but I don't think it's as troubling as it may sound when I first say it. I think we have options, a lot of options, and we can simply just look at what makes the most sense for each particular horse in any given instance. So we have Spitfire and Carter Michael Dio that'll be racing in the PA All-Stars before the PA All-Stars next Sunday, where next Monday, I believe, we will have Spitfire overseas in Plain Ridge. Haunted House and Oakwood Cowboy IR will be heading with the likelihood to race at Saratoga. They may also find their way to Plain Ridge at any given time. So my partners on those two horses, be forewarned. We have Massachusetts and we have New York for those two horses for the foreseeable future. Mo Power Baby is going to make her way back to Northfield Park from Indiana. Bit of a failed experiment. I'm a little surprised it was, but every horse is different. We have to now reassess. Take Mo Power Baby back, get her qualified, and look at her and say, okay, what went wrong? What can we correct? And then after that, the million-dollar question is, where are we going to race her? Where are we going to race her after that? So that's where we're at with those particular horses. I believe I mentioned 6: Carter, Spitfire, Haunted House, Oakwood Cowboy, Mo Power Baby, and More Than You Know. 6 horses that will be on the move this week to various places for various reasons. But for the most part, I believe those are the only 6 for this week. So with that, I'm going to try and give you a little update like this. It's better than doing the stables and updating them, I think. So I guess some feedback from you would help also. What would you like to see as far as the videos? I gave you the 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, race horses, Obviously, in opening, I believe giving you an update on where the horses are or potentially could be moving around to make the most sense. The stables, in a lot of cases, seem a little redundant at some times, and then at other times very fluid and kind of useless, because we'll have a list of Harry Polton's 10 when I know 3 are going to be moving within a week. So a little feedback from you wouldn't hurt also. So with that, that is your video for this week. Who's on the move? We have 6 horses that are on the move from where they were last week to where they're going to be next week. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I am. Baseball games about to start, and I am heading out. Take care.